Hey guys, it's Christina, and I am so excited because I am joined by Daughtry. How are
you?
Good morning.
How are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Album,
Thank you so
Cage
much.
to Rattle,
Finally,
out today.
Finally.
Yes.
We've been working on this thing forever.
Yeah, it's been what, 5 years since the last album?
Almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years.
In November it would be 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long have you been working on this project then?
Started writing it back in 2015, but that was we were planning on putting the record out sooner or having it done sooner, but one thing led to another, and it just took longer than we expected.
Well then, so kind of what type of things are you writing about? Because it's been 5 years of your life since people have really gotten new music, so what are we going to learn about you on this album?
Life. Just the daily struggles that we all go through, you know, and I tried to capture them all and put it on tape.
Totally. Yeah, I want to remind everybody that Chris is here talking all about the album. So please send in your questions and your comments. What would you say is the most personal song to you on this album?
One I wrote with my wife.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's called As You Are.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, she brought me these lyrics, and, you know, she was dealing with some things at the time, and she was like, you know, if you feel inspired, you know, just, you know, no pressure, feel free to do something with it. And in the past, I'd been a little dismissive, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Like, I'm the one that writes the song.
It's my job.
Yeah, no, but I read it, and it hit me right in the heart.
Okay.
And I thought instantly I had this chorus in my head, and I went to my studio, went to work, and I didn't show it to her until it was finished. Yeah.
What was her reaction?
Oh, she cried.
Yeah. Was this the first time that you guys like collaborated together?
Yeah. So now we're like a songwriting duo, I guess.
Yeah. Does she sing at all?
She loves the idea of it. She hates being heard by anyone. So I actually little known piece of trivia here. I actually recorded her singing the melody on my phone and snuck it in the recording.
Did you really?
Yeah. I did.
Was she happy about that?
She didn't want to hear it isolated, but I think she felt good knowing
That's
it was
awesome.
in there.
That's great. Phyllis says, love Chris, and Mary is asking your favorite place to perform.
Favorite place? Oh man, I think when people ask me that question, I instantly think of the scenery or what the vibe is like, and we play so many beautiful theaters, and it's hard to keep up. But one place that just really stands out would be Red Rock in Colorado. I mean, it's so majestic that you kind of get lost in the beauty of it all. Yeah. And
you're going out on tour starting tonight, right? Or starting tomorrow?
We drive. Tomorrow's our first show back, and then we're in Toms River, New Jersey on Sunday. And I think Monday we're in Rochester.
And then all the days are just going to blur together.
And then it all just turns into a big soup.
Yeah. So for somebody going to a Daughtry show, what can they expect?
A lot of songs that you may not have known were us. Yeah. And go, oh yeah, I remember that song. But we have 5 albums to pull from now, so we're trying to balance all that and still get the songs that people expect, and it's high energy. The production is probably the best we've ever carried out on tour, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song to perform?
Right now, it's a song called "Back in Time" on the new album.
Yeah.
It's like this funky. I don't know. We went in some different areas musically on this record, and it's one that I'm really proud of.
Is there a song that you just don't want to sing anymore?
You know, I think "Home" is probably the one that comes to mind, only because it's been performed in so many situations. But that being said, like, the audience always gives it like a new energy every night. So even when we're tired of playing the songs that we've been playing for 10 plus years, it always kind of gives it a new life.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Mary's asking, who would you like to work with?
I have a long list. Yeah. Post Malone, Halsey, Bishop Briggs, Imagine Dragons in some capacity. I don't know.
Yeah. How would you say that you've progressed sonically on this album since the last one?
I think there's always going to be outside influences and things that we're listening to at the time, and but I also wanted to get some, like, we've always kind of dabbled in the idea of utilizing like gospel and blues and stuff like that. And we've kind of talked about it in the past. Like we've really never gone there. And I grew up in the South, so it only made sense to use those elements. And we just finally got a chance to really utilize that on this
play
record.
around with it. Yeah, that's awesome. Rachel is asking, any dates in Florida?
Yeah, I think there's a few dates in Florida. I would be lying if I told you I knew which ones they were, but I know for a fact that there's a couple dates on there. Check out our website, daughtryofficial.com. That's where all the dates are.
Definitely.
Because I can't keep up with them.
I'm sure. There's a lot. Carrie is saying, can't wait to see you on Sunday in Tom's River.
Yay! So you know the dates.
Yeah. Ask Carrie if you want to know.
Exactly. Carrie probably knows all the dates.
All the dates.
Yeah.
Was there a song that was the most challenging for you to write this album?
Challenging to write? I'm trying to think of all the songs, because there's a lot of songs that have existed since 2015. One of the first songs that I wrote was, it was the day after, or I'm sorry, it was the day that Prince passed away, and I was like mortified.
Yeah.
It hit me so hard, and I remember going into the studio, and it was just like, everybody was, we were kind of like bumming out. We were talking about it, and it could have been so easy to write a power ballad that day, you know. But we were like, what would Prince do in this situation? And we wrote this like anthem that it's called "Stuff of Legends" that just feels so empowering and gets you out of that rut in a way. So that was hard and also like really rewarding at the same time.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Emily is saying, who has inspired you the most musically?
Oh wow, all across the board. I mean, I grew up listening to like old like Merle Haggard and a lot of the old country greats, and then I kind of moved into the grunge era in the 90s, and that was when I really got inspired to actually be a songwriter. But then I went back and was like, who inspired those bands and artists, and you know, you follow on Led Zeppelin and Elton John and so many of you know, the Eagles, and you start to really break down these songs and why they're so great. And so I think a lot of the songwriting that after I evolved as a songwriter, I think it goes back to those greats like Elton John, Bernie Taupin, and you know, the Beatles and stuff like that.
Totally. Leslie saying, met you at Machine Shop in Flint, Michigan. Come back.
Oh wow.
Nice.
That was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
That was it's a really cool club in Michigan. It's really small, but it's like legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
That's really cool. Good memories there. I remember playing pool that night. I'm not really any good at it.
No. Why Kara's saying biggest influence? I mean, you kind of touched on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
Right.
Rewind.
Right. Why call it Cage to Rattle?
It came from it's a lyric in a song called Death of Me, which was another really kind of trying song to write, just based out of like the frustration I was going through at the time of life. Life just felt hard. Getting back into the writing process and feeling the pressure of having to create and be inspired and be poignant. And, after doing 5 or 4 records and being around for 10 plus years.
Do you put pressure on yourself?
I think any artist does.
Sure.
I think a lot of it is you know, self-induced, and I remember things just being pretty difficult in life, like juggling kids, and you know, as they get older, so do the challenges.
Yeah.
And we were living in LA at the time, which is a challenge in itself. And so all of that kind of went into the song. You know, we're all under pressure. Can't stand the weather. I was really complaining about the weather that day. Even though we were in LA, I was like, it's supposed to be sunny, it's raining, what is this about? And I just said, another day, another battle, we all have a cage to rattle. And that lyric always stood out to me just because we all have hot buttons. We all have ways that people can push us into that uncomfortable place, or we all have things that get to us on a deep level. And I felt like this whole record really kind of was built in that spirit, you know, of uncertainty, self-doubt, and all this stuff, and it kind of made its way in the record.
Definitely.
And so that lyric always, long story short, that lyric always resonated with me.
Is that maybe one of the reasons why you kind of took maybe 5 years in between to kind of give yourself like a chance to breathe a little bit?
Well, I think it started out as we're working on the record, and then I moved.
Yeah.
I moved to Nashville. That took, I don't know if you've ever moved, but that
Yeah.
takes like 3
It's-
months out of your life,
It does.
and you don't remember any
Nope.
of it. And so that happened a couple times, from North Carolina to LA to
Sure.
Nashville, and that all happened within this 4-year gap. And so it was always like, okay, now I'm ready to get back in the studio. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm ready to get back in the studio. And then now we found a producer. And now we have to go back on the road
Yeah.
and then get back in the studio. So it was like one thing after another. It wasn't intentional, like, hey, I need 5 years to find
Yeah.
myself. But
No.
I did find myself, I guess, in,
Right.
in that amount of time. So that all played a big part in the making of the record.
I'm
for
sure you blink and it's like 5 years later.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. Leslie says, I played pool with you at Machine. That's so funny.
See?
Yeah.
She corroborated my story.
That's amazing. Jenny says, do you and your family keep up with Idol? Did you watch it all this season?
I started watching it when it first aired back. We were on tour, and I just happened to be in a time zone where I could watch it.
Yeah.
In real time, and then we were all over the place.
All over
and I
the place.
completely
Yeah.
just lost track of it altogether.
Do you think it was a little too soon to bring it back?
I don't know about that. I know
Yeah.
it was shocking that I remember doing the finale, and then I'm like, they turn the lights out and I'm on the stage. So it's like that felt like a big conclusion to me.
Sure, yeah.
And then I see this ad like coming back. I'm like, oh, that was like a week
That was like
ago.
a week- yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So it felt soon, but I don't know if it was too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it true that you were approached to be a judge?
No.
No?
I remember seeing the news along with everybody else, and I was like, I'm open to it, but
Yeah.
nobody ever called me.
Would
Yeah.
would you have done it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'd
that
be
would have been a lot of
perfect
fun.
fit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So call me up. Anybody gets busy, can't reprise their role this year.
Give you a call.
Yeah, give me a call.
I mean, what was going back and looking back at that experience? I mean, it had to be such a whirlwind of a time.
Yeah, it
'Cause
was.
I remember watching you, and like when you got eliminated, I was in college, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah, that was crazy because like I didn't realize that my style of music would even resonate on the
with
show,
people, yeah.
or if I would get on the show. So when that happened, that was like a bonus, and I was thinking if I do get on it, maybe I'll last a week or so, and I'll get more gigs, and I'll
Yeah.
at least be able to play music for a living. But it turned out to be something way more than I expected, and I just kind of went along for the ride and,
Totally.
and use it as every opportunity I could to audition in front of the labels that I wasn't able to get in front of, back when
Yeah.
I was a teenager. So.
Well, we actually have a little clip of your Idol audition.
Oh, wow.
So if we want to take a
Embarrassing.
look at
Can
that.
I go
Yep.
take a bathroom break while y'all watch this?
It's real quick, I promise. Take a look.
Hell, I'm gonna find my way back home again. All the lonely days are gone. I'm coming home. Oh, my baby, she wrote me a letter. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I like how you infused your own style in that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Randy,
I liked you too, man. You were in tune, got a good voice. I mean, a little force out with but I kind of like that. I guess that's kind of your style.
Thank you.
Simon.
I thought you rushed the song. I'm not sure I'm seeing a hell of a lot of charisma here. I'm not sure that I'm looking at a stand-alone star.
But did Simon ever apologize for saying that?
It's funny. Like that day, I saw him outside the convention center where we did the auditions, and I was like, "I'll prove you wrong in Hollywood." And he gave me a big smile and said, "You do that."
That's awesome.
So I think he was testing me.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Do you ever keep in touch with anybody from Idol? Because I know
I
Catherine
just saw
McPhee.
Ryan the other day.
Oh yeah, I did. I saw
Kelly
that. That was
Ryan.
great.
But I mean, everybody's so busy with their own schedules.
Sure.
We text every now and then, but it's very rare that we
Yeah.
ever get a chance to hang.
Yeah, who's on your group text then?
I hate group texts.
Okay.
Period. So I try to avoid them like the plague. But I mean, all the guys that I hung out with on that show,
Okay.
Ace, Elliot, Taylor, even we keep in touch. Bucky.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so great. Leah's asking, is your new album more country? No.
More as in like, no, it's not actually. No, I didn't know we did country music.
Maybe they were thinking because you moved to Nashville, maybe you have some
Oh
country.
no,
maybe.
no.
Yeah.
No, there's Nashville is such a melting pot now with so many genres. It's such a creative, cool city now.
Right.
You know that it's everybody usually thinks of country, but it's not all that anymore.
Yeah, definitely. Jason is asking, will you ever bring the beard back?
It comes back like every year. Yeah.
You did have it a couple months ago, right?
Yeah. Every now and then I get lazy.
Yeah.
Let it grow. Yeah.
What do you think about the state of rock music today?
That's interesting. It's out there. Mm-hmm. You know, it's alive and well. I think I think it's not being listened to on, you know, the mainstream level like it used to be, but it's out there and people are listening.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know you mentioned your wife before. You guys have been married, what, 18 years?
It'll be 18, yeah.
Congratulations.
19 this year.
That's 18, amazing.
18 this year? Yeah, 18.
What's your secret?
We're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
You know, we try to keep it together as much as possible. You know, it's a crazy lifestyle of just always being away and on the go, and thank God for FaceTime, and you know, we're best friends, so it works.
That's awesome. What about your kids? Are they musically inclined at all?
Yeah, the twins are all into it. My little girl Alan takes voice lessons.
Nice.
And you know, we don't push any of this on any of them. They find it on their own. My little guy plays drums, and I think they're going to start their own band.
That's awesome. Do they kind of understand what you do and like go out?
I think so. I think so. They were born into it, so it's not like anything special to them. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Meaning like it's not like, oh, Dad's famous. I'm Dad.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, of course. And you also have some other passions too, which is really cool. We were going through your Instagram, and you're also a very skilled artist.
I try.
You try.
I haven't really been able to draw a lot as of lately since making this record.
Yeah. Is that definitely a passion of yours as well?
Yeah. I love doing it. I just, you know, I had to finally put the pencil down and really focus on, I guess you'd call it my day job.
Yeah, totally. There you go.
and you know, this record was all consuming. Yeah.
Totally. Jennifer saying, met you after Idol, such a great guy.
Hey.
And then finally, when people listen to this record, I know you kind of talked a little bit about this, but then when they listen to it from front to back, what are you hoping they take away from it?
Oh, wow. I hope they feel a sense of empowerment, that they're not alone in whatever they're dealing with, that we all go through hard times, and we all go through the things that we don't show on Instagram, or you know, everybody has this view of everybody's life is perfect when they see it on their screen, but they're not seeing that we all go through the same stuff.
Yeah.
And to feel this sense of like they're not alone and that they can get through it.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited. Congratulations. Cage to Rattle is out right now. And make sure to check out Chris on tour starting tomorrow through December, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be a long road.
We'll see you out there on the road, guys.
Thanks, guys. So, guys, you want to see more fun stuff? Well, then make sure to subscribe right here for the latest news, interviews, and games with all of your favorite celebrities. Make sure to pick up the latest issue of Us Weekly on newsstands now and head on over to usmagazine.com.